Alright, that box joint is just a little too snug for me. When I go to put this together, I want it to go smooth. I don't want to have to fight this thing, so I kind of further refine these joints using just a chisel. And what I did was, this one's already done, but just take this and slide it in, and that to me will work when I can slide it in like that. And it didn't go that easy the first couple of times, but what I did was I noticed where the edge of these would get a little polished from the movement of this going in and out. And so whenever I did this motion, I'd take a look, and it's hard to see on camera, but this edge, there's a little bit of polish still right here, right there. I mean, and you don't take, it doesn't take much at all to make a big difference. So just remove that little bit. Look at that. That one much easier. I'm gonna live with that right there. The other side is already done, but this took about maybe 10 minutes aside. Looks like maybe I got a little carried away right here. I can see a little daylight, but that's not a big deal. Once I glue this up and sand it, you're never going to see this. This is the bottom, by the way. This piece right here is the bottom. So the only thing that's going to be exposed is this part of the joint right here. But that'll be just lovely. I'll be able to slide this together with glue in there, clamp it up, and be good to go. So the next thing to do is to take these and measure this being the bottom now. Measure up and get my drawer runners in here. I've got those dimensions. Make those grooves, and then make the groove up here for that mid shelf. And then I can basically put this part of the case together. Well, I also want to make a groove. This is the front side. This is the back side. Make a groove back here for the back as well. Well, this first line is pretty easy. This Starrett rule is 1 inch wide, and I'm just flushing it up with the top of the bottom. The bottom is in here, and I'm gauging my line off of this box joint right here. So there, and then this is the front. I want it to be a stopped cut. I've got an arbitrary line here. I haven't quite figured out how far I want to go, but there's my first line. The next cut the cut will be 1 inch or 1/4 inch from that. I don't know if I've got anything that long. Let me think here. A couple of these spacers together make 1 inch, or 1/4 inch, I mean. So that'll be my first cut. Now, from this mark, I go up, I got my measurements here. I go up, let me see how this is going to be on the camera. It's 1 inch, 3 3/16, 5 3/8, 6 5/8. There, whichever way it shows up, that's the way it'll be. So, from this point, three 3/16. All right, that's my 3 runners. Two-inch drawers. Yeah, that'll be just, it'll work out. So then I'll get my top measurement up here. Now this is going to be a little bit shallower I should say, because these are, when I laid this out in my program, this was 1/2 inch stock. This is now fatter than that, so I'm losing that extra thickness in the capacity of this upper shelf. No big deal in my book. So 6 5/8. I'm just going to make this mark with this. So shelf runners times 3, mid shelf right here. Then this top is going to be about 1 7/16 when it should be 1.5 inches, but that's fine, I'm good. All right, so when you get done, you should have 2 mirror images of what you just laid out. This being the back on both pieces, so I'm lined up. These are a little different because I freehanded them basically, but stop points are out here at the fronts. So I'm good to go. As long as I register both of them off the same edge, which will be this edge. I hope I can get away with that. We'll be good. All right, I've got my router bit just touching this surface here where the box joint is. That's 0. So I've got to go plus 1/4 to get the outside edge flush with this edge, and then plus 1 inch. So 1.25 inches to get this first groove. I'll move my fence that amount. And I'm going to call that 0 now. Move my scales here. Okay. So now the bit will cut this groove, and it looks to me like the bit is this side of the line, and it probably should be, because that line is 1 inch from this edge plus the thickness of a pencil line. But it's immaterial really. I just want to be consistent on all these dados or grooves so that the runners are the same on both of them. I can adjust the way the drawer rides by milling the side. So that should be good. Now this one will be a stopped cut and then push through. The other one will be a push it through from this side and then stop as I get to the edge. So I want to figure out how far I want these to go. I think thickness of the drawer is 1/2 inch plus. I'm going to stop it at 3/4 from the edge. So from here, plus 1/4, or it'll be 1 inch will be my start line. So if I put a stop block here, plus 1 inch. So from here, plus 1 inch. That's 0. Now I'm going to bring it up 1/8. Okay. Run my first piece. Actually, I think I want to stop this short on the back too. I know I do. I got to get a stop block out here too. Alright, now we should be good to go. Alright, I've got a stop block here so that my cut will start about 3/4 of an inch in from the front edge, and I'm going to stop it out here as well. I'm just kind of set this arbitrarily. We'll see what that ends up being. So I'll run it, stop it, pick it up, and bring it back, and then change the depth to I'm at 1/8 inch right now. Yeah, this should work just fine. Three and 3/16 from this point. that's not right. Oh, that's right, I moved my 0 point, so it's 2 3/16. Yeah, that's correct. Alright, so I'll continue on and make these cuts and we'll come back and take a look at the results. Alright, so far so good. 2 mirror images. And actually, 2 mirror images of where the dominoes are as well. So this is my front. You can see that get this thing out of the way a little bit. They all stop at the same spot. I had to readjust my stops. But I've decided to make a 1/4 inch cut from the bottom, and then I'll make a stepped cut for my shelf here, so a little rabbet cut. This will just be a 1/4 inch groove here as well. That way I know everything will fit just fine. So, but this one's going to go all the way through. So I'll read. All right, the finished sides. I shouldn't say that. They're not finished yet. I've got to put a dado in here for the or a rabbet for the back. I'll figure that out later. Yeah, 6 mil is a little bit thicker than 1/4 inch. Do some layout work, and I'll make that groove in all 4 pieces. My mid shelf, so they're all the same, yeah. And I can drop that piece in when I'm putting it together. All right, let me do that. All right, everything went just lovely. I got a perfectly matching groove here, width-wise and depth-wise. The back, or the shelf I should say, I got that groove cut as well. So that's going to sit in this way. But there'll be a rabbet cut here on this edge. No, let's see. Actually, it'll be on the top edge. And then I just need to figure out the length. This is way long, but I can cut that. I can cut that long, or cut it close to length, I should say, and use the drop as a kind of a setup to get this groove just right. So this groove here is 1/4 inch. This one is let's see, 32nd more, 5/32 to accommodate that 6 mil plywood, and it's a pretty good fit. So what I need to do is get this kind of squared up, clamped a little bit, and figure out what I need for length here to keep it square. The length of this will be the same length as my back. So I'll make sure I cut both of those at the same time.